This is the 2025 Honda Civic Hatchback Sport. Does it have the right features at the right price? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day today. I'm at Holmes Honda, and we're going to take a quick look at this refreshed Civic Hatchback for the 2025 model year. If you want to know more, check out the link down in the description of the video. And the exterior color on this model, while you might think it's Sonic Gray, it's actually Urban Gray Pearl. It has a black interior. And as far as the changes here on the front end, the main things really have to do with, number one, the active air curtains that are right here. Kind of hard to see because it's a little dark out here. The sun's still coming up, but that is allowing air to flow through that area. And the widened lower grille down here on the front end. Other than that, we really don't have any major changes on the vehicle other than refreshed taillights. A little bit of an update there as well. Now that flickering effect you see, in case you're wondering, some people ask about this, is not really happening. It's just happening through the lens of my camera. We do have LED headlights and LED daytime running lights, and you're gonna have a whole host of safety features, including a whole bunch of airbags in the interior, but the driving aids seem to be the main thing a lot of people want to know about. So what exactly do we have? Honda Sensing, adaptive cruise control, collision mitigation braking, lane keeping assist, road departure and mitigation, and traffic jam assist. We'll have front wheel drive, as is common with these Civics, and with your tire and wheel size, 235 will be your width, a 40 series sidewall wrapped around the 18-inch gloss black wheels, and we'll have gloss black mirror caps. We're going to have another safety feature here in that you have your blind spot monitoring right there. And these are power adjustable side view mirrors. The mirrors are also heated. And we'll also find that they are going to fold, but they're not power folding, they are manually folding. And you do have a proximity key. It has the walk away feature, and you also have a remote start. You can push the button right there to pop open the hatch, lock and unlock. All of those great features that you like to see. We'll finish things off here on the rear with the nice body lines. Gives it a little bit more of a sporty look. You got that rear window wiper there when you need that, and the updated tail lights. For those of you that are looking for an economical vehicle to operate, this is definitely a good option. The 2-liter direct injection 4-cylinder puts out 150 horsepower and 133 pounds-feet of torque. It is mated to a CVT. What exactly does that do for you when it comes to your MPGs? Let's take a look at what the sticker shows us. 30 miles per gallon city, 38 highway, 34 combined, and 2.9 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. If you're curious to know, you have capless fuel fill and your gas tank size is 12.4 gallons. If you're curious to know about the differences in cargo capacity, if you go with the Civic sedan, you're looking at 14.8 cubic feet. If you go with the Civic hatchback, as such as we have here, you have 25.4 cubic feet. And another big bonus here, let's see if I can get in here and pull the floor up for you. There is something very important to a lot of people, and that is going to be the presence of a spare tire. You still have the shade-like cargo cover back here. I think of a shade on a window when I see how that operates, but you know what? It's here. It's a nice feature. I've had some people ask me if it's still here or not, but that answers the question. It is. You have a little bit of space behind the fender wells in addition to the space right here. Here's how everything looks when it's maximized. Another common question I receive is, do the rear seat backs recline? No, they don't. Now they do have a little bit of recline built into them, but you can't actually make any changes to that in case you are curious. And we're gonna find plenty of space on the armrest here. The only thing I wish was different was that this area didn't have an incline to it like it does. I wish that it was just as flat as the area back here. It just seems like it would be a little more comfortable to me, but somebody else might say, you know what, Tom, that makes no difference whatsoever. And you'll have your bottle holder right here that could double as a door bin if so desired. And that's about all we have back here. Keep in mind, we're not on the highest trim level, obviously, so no rear air conditioning vents and no USB connectivity. And this particular model also does not have a sunroof. If you're going to have a vehicle that is going to have the right features at the right price, what is the price? $29,000 even. is what we have. And with our door panels, we're going to have a little bit more space as far as the door bin goes. Definitely more of a door bin in this case than what we have in the back seat area, and a little more space with the armrests. A sporty look with the design of the interior as far as what we have with the front seats here. And you'll find that the driver and the passenger seats are both manually adjustable. Keep in mind price point where that is concerned. Here are the controls for your side view mirrors. You can lock and unlock your doors. You can lock and unlock the windows. And then you're going to have one touch down and one touch up side, or windows I should say, for the driver and the passenger. But you'll have to hold those buttons down like that to lower or raise the rear windows. And if you want to attempt a front wheel drive burnout, make sure you hit that button first right there. I wouldn't really do that, but you could. And then right here, this lever, when you drop that lever, you can adjust the positioning of the steering wheel as it is tilt and telescopically adjustable. And here are your steering wheel mounted controls. Over here, everything for your adaptive cruise control. You do have the shifter paddles here. And then you have controls for the radio, volume, all of that, voice commands. And then you can see what's on your digital dashboard right here. If I hit the home button right here and use this scroll wheel, here's what happens. Number one, we can hit the home button, and then we can scroll through several different bits of information depending on what you want to know about. So we'll show you what's there. I'm not going to go through everything and do it in great detail, but just so you can see what's there. And here on the steering column, we have the multitasker that's typically used as a singular function, and that is to turn the lights on and off. But most people don't do this or this with it. If you do, I'll give you a Scooby snack. And right here, control the front and rear window wipers. Now in this particular case, we're going to have the 7-inch touchscreen. If you missed what I said earlier in the video, that flickering effect is not really happening. That has to do with my camera. But the 7-inch touchscreen, while whether you go 7-inch or 9-inch, are both very simplistic to use. If you're that person who wants the least amount of technology, I'd say this is the place to go, because the 7-inch just doesn't seem to have quite as much as what you would have with the 9-inch. Although, like I say, both are very simple to use. And you have your good old knobs right here for the radio, turning that on and off, the volume control, and going through your stations, and some of your other one-touch features right here. So you can see what's there. And then we'll have single zone climate control in this particular case. No ventilated, or excuse me, heated seats, which definitely means no ventilated seats, but you can see what we have. We'll also have a couple of USB ports here in the front and a 12-volt power outlet. The conventional style shifter always seems to make people happy, as opposed to having the push button shifter. Not that a Civic has had a push button shifter, but that's here. And your drive mode selector. What are our driving modes? Well, let's go through. You're going to start in normal. When you turn the ignition off, that's what's going to always go back to is normal. I would like to see the vehicle stay in whatever driving mode you choose, so you don't have to put it back into that mode. But we also have Econ and we have Sport. So that's going to be the situation right there. Depending on your personal preference, there is the button for the auto stop start feature. You can turn that off or you can turn it on, whatever you need to do. There's your power parking brake and brake hold mode. They can come in handy if you're stuck in traffic for a long time that's slowly crawling forward. You push that button and the brakes don't disengage until you push the gas pedal again when you come to a complete stop. Cup holders right here and our center console. The lid doubles as an armrest. I personally wish that was maybe a little bit higher, but it's not too bad, at least not for me. We'll have the removable tray that can be put in the front or rear position right there, and quite a bit of space down within the center console. And obviously that's not the only storage we have here. You'll also have the good old-fashioned glove box that nobody ever puts any gloves in, at least that I ever find. And up here, just to show you what's here, there is your upper console. You have your reading lights, your map lights, and obviously we'll have the fold down sun visors with the vanity mirrors. Hi everybody. And in case you were curious, yes, this does have a backup camera. 3 different views. So that's not going to be something that you're not going to see in this day and age. Every new vehicle will have a backup camera with at least a singular view, but in this case, we have the 3 views along with the trajectory lines. Okay, let's get out on the road for a test drive with this Civic Sport. And very much going along with its name, as far as the trim level goes, it does have a very sporty feel to it. The handling characteristics are very good. That's one thing I've always enjoyed about these Civics, is how well they handle. Very tight steering that I think really makes it feel like a more expensive vehicle than it really is, at least based on the handling characteristics. At the same time, you still have a pretty comfortable ride quality. I'm not going to say it's perfect, but it is a good, I'd say, acceptable ride quality. It's not going to absolutely beat you to death, at least based on the roads that I'm on. It's nice to go through little curves, nothing major in that case, but no reason to take my foot off the pedal, no reason to get on the brakes. The handling, it just hugs the road. In fact, the best way I can describe it is it feels like it's sucking itself to the road. This steering wheel itself is comfortable, and the seats seem to be pretty comfortable as well. I know there's some people out there that say they would rather have leather or some form of leather as far as the interior goes. In this case, it's going to be cloth, but it still seems comfortable, at least in my opinion. You'll have to tell me what you think about that if you drive one of these, or maybe you already own one. And that's another thing where your feedback is so important, is the fact that I don't have a lot of time in this car. So telling you what it would be, what the experience would be on a long road trip, well, it's hard to say for sure. I think it would be okay, but since some of you likely already have that experience, you can tell us down in the comments how that worked out for you. Was it an enjoyable experience? That's what I'm always curious to know about. The other thing that I know a lot of people like to know about is, can you raise and lower the height of the seat? I know you can with the driver's seat here. That's where it's going to be most important for the driver, because obviously you need to do that. There is a lot of adjustability built in here as far as the height goes, where somebody who is over 6 feet tall can drive and be just fine. Depending on your height, again, give us that feedback down in the comments section. If you're in excess of 6'1", maybe 6'2", something like that, 6'3" or so, do you drive one of these Civic hatchbacks, and how do you fit? How comfortable are you? That is important to a lot of people. I'm 5'10", so I can't really say for sure how that would work out, but based on the fact that I do know there is quite a bit of adjustability for raising and lowering the seat, that's a good thing. So technology is easy to deal with and easy to learn and use. So for those who are out there saying, yeah, I really don't want a lot to deal with, I want something that's fairly simplistic, maybe not too much, this is a good thing to go with, not only because of that 7-inch touchscreen, but on this particular model, you just don't have a ridiculous amount to deal with. Single zone climate control, not a lot here as far as that goes. Now I'm going to go into sport mode here, and I can tell a little bit of a difference. It's going to free things up a little bit. The RPMs are going to climb faster. It just lets things move a little better as far as the engine goes. And when it comes to going through corners like this, well, here's a nice place to test out the handling characteristics. I'm not doing anything too crazy, but I'll tell you what, absolutely no problem handling that little curve right there. Definitely something that would be fun to drive when there was nobody around, that's for sure. But we're not going to take any chances on the test drive. Overall, I have to say, a very well-rounded vehicle that has what I consider to be the right features at the right price. That's my opinion on the matter, but you know what? It really comes down to what you, the potential buyer, thinks about that. Okay, tell me what you think about the 2025 Honda Civic Hatchback. Does it have the right features at the right price? That question, the answer to that question is going to vary depending on, well, quite a few things based on what you want in your vehicle. Obviously, there are different trim levels we can look at, and we will as they come in throughout the rest of the next few weeks, the next few months here at Holmes Honda. But for now, tell me what you think about this particular model. I do want to say a special thanks to my friends at Holmes Honda for loaning me this Civic for the day, and a special thanks to each and every one of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. Make sure to subscribe, that way you don't miss any future videos. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.